Hey guys, I'm back with you today. You ain't never guessed what we're gonna do today. We're out here to a neighbor's house. We're gonna talk about the way they washed clothes back in the day. And this lady here is a fine lady. So without further ado, we're gonna go ahead and let her talk about what they used to do back in the day. So we're gonna talk about wringer washing machines, washboards, and first thing on one and another, and then later on we're gonna wash some clothes. So. All right, we'll flip around and we'll talk with her. Well, here we are. Christine, how we doing today?
Doing just fine.
Tell me a little bit about yourself. You're a homemaker, right?
Yes, I love it.
That's great. Could you tell us how old you are and how long you've been around?
I'm 88 years old.
88 years old. So we thought we'd come out here today and talk to her about the way we wash clothes back in the old days. Can you tell me a little bit about when you first started? What did you first start on when you was young?
When I first started on it was a washboard.
A washboard. Mm-hmm. Okay. You just take it outside. You use a bucket or
a tub.
A tub. Okay. So you just washed them with soap of some sort, and then you how'd you do it?
They had the soap and they had a lye soap too.
A lye soap.
Yeah.
And then you washed them and then you put rinse water in it. Did you take them out to the creek?
Yeah, you had to carry water. We had to carry water to wash with.
Oh, well, made it hard, didn't it?
Oh gosh.
So how many years did you do that before you actually graduated into a wringer type machine or something?
Probably 10, 15 years maybe.
God.
Not on the board, but on the went to an old wringer washing machine.
Wringer. Well, can you remember the name of the first one you ever had, or can you remember any of it?
I think it was a Speed Queen.
A Speed Queen. Was it a double tub or just a single?
Just single.
Can you tell us a little bit about what the dangers was of using them things?
Well, the danger of it was, first thing, getting your hand cut in the wringers that went around.
Mm-hmm.
Then if you wasn't real careful, you would get your hair. If you had long hair and didn't put it in the back, you'd get it hung in your wringer too.
Tell me yesterday that one of your daughters got caught, or was it you?
It was my daughter. She got it plumb up to her elbow, and then it kicked the thing off. And it bruised it all up, but it didn't break it.
Now, what would you do if you caught your hand in one? How would you get it out? Is there safety, something you turn on them to pop the wringer
Yeah,
up?
there was a little round thing on the top of the wringer.
Okay.
And you could turn that.
That pops it up so you can get your
When
hand
you got up to your elbow, it wouldn't go through there no more. So it'd automatically kick up on it.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. So later on, folks, we're going to show you, we're going to actually wash clothes and show you how that works. Especially if you had something like a big quilt or something you was trying to put through there and it gets stuck, what would you do? You'd have to pop that up and let it go through, right?
Well, a big quilt wouldn't go through it. It absolutely would not go through it. They didn't get to wash quilts until we got these automatic new washing machines and dryers,
Right. So how did this all work out in the wintertime? How'd you dry your clothes once you got them washed?
Well, you hung them on a line outside.
Yeah.
And I don't care if it's cold or what, you'd have to hang them up and they'd dry before you could get them on the line sometimes, stiffer than a board.
They freeze, won't they, because of the cold weather?
Yeah. And if you was lucky enough to have a house, an empty room, you could put them on that, and then some people just hung them behind a heating stove to dry.
So y'all look forward to sunny days, right?
Oh, yes.
So you can hang them up. Right.
Yeah.
Now, the water, you carried it from outside like a draw well, like a hand dug well?
No, it was a big old creek that came down the U.S. Steel. Had a big old mines up the road from where we lived.
So
it would come down in a creek. You have to go to the creek in a bucket and pack it back over to where we lived and put it in a tub and put it on the water and put it on the stove and heat it. Heat it up till it could get real good and hot, and then you could put it in your washing machine.
Did them machines clean your clothes better than the modern machines?
Oh gosh, yes. I hated it whenever
you had to change.
Because I was glad in one way for the convenience of different things, but it didn't get your clothes as clean as it did the old way. 'Cause
Right.
a lot of people bleached their clothes in water and bleach on the stove and boiled it. Just roll and boil.
Oh, okay. So we don't know how lucky we got it, the modern folks today, how most of the younger generation don't even know what a washboard or a wringer type wash machine
They
is.
don't. And they didn't have, back then, they didn't have permanent press clothes like they do now. You know, now permanent press. Some of them you can put in a automatic wash machine and they'll come out. You don't even hardly have to iron them or anything.
Right. So, was there any maintenance on these machines, the older machines? Was anything you had to do to them very often? They pretty much worked good all the time, didn't
All
they?
the time. Yeah, I never noticed if we didn't.
Maybe a belt break or something,
Yeah,
but
or maybe the hose that run to it run out in the yard or whatever on the porch.
right. Maybe something come loose, but other than that, there wasn't a whole lot to them to go bad, were they? I
No,
mean, just a ringers and a transmission and a motor.
And I have saw my in-laws had a washing machine that run off of gas.
Gasoline washing machine.
Yes.
So that was back before
That
people
was-
got power.
Yeah, they had power, but still they used it.
Oh, did it work as good, or did they have trouble with the gasoline
Yeah,
not starting
I
and
think
stuff
they
like
did,
that?
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
my goodness, things has changed since then, hasn't it?
Oh man.
So, how many different types of machines did you have of the ringer types? Is it just one type y'all had through the years, or did you have different
No,
types?
we had Maytags and Feed Queens and GEs. And,
See, I have a Maytag, and the reason we have it, I worked in the coal mines, and Betty didn't want to wash my dirty mine clothes in with our machine, or our automatic, so we used the ringer type to wash my dirty clothes in. So that's why I still have one to wash old dirty stuff with, you know. But they do clean better than the new machines today.
they really do.
Well, we're going to see how good they clean here in the next little bit. I'm going to get my daughter to work on wash a load of clothes. And we wanted you to tell a little bit about back the day. Is there anything you want to add to this video before we close out on this video? Anything we ain't covered about the machines or back in the day? Okay, Christine, I'm so glad that you was able to be with us today, and we'll look forward to watching this video on you there. So you have a good day.
All right, you too.
Hey everybody, I'm back with you. Hey, we're gonna wash some clothes today. We're gonna go back in time and wash a load of clothes on the old ringer type washing machine. Christine was talking to us the other day, and she was telling us about how she used to do it back then. So we're gonna do some washing today, me and my daughter there, and we're gonna do some on the old washboard and the old ringer type washing machine, and hang some on the line to dry. It's a beautiful day out there today. So y'all watch us, and we're gonna try to get some clothes clean today and get them dried. Well, here we go. Hey, here we go. We're gonna start ready to get rolling here. First, we're gonna start with the old washboard. This thing was invented in the early 1800s, and this is one of the first things people washed their clothes on, other than rocks, beating them on rocks in the creek. But this is the thing that Christine was talking about. She first started on, and we're going to use it today on some real dirty stuff to try to get something clean so we can get it in the washer. So I'm going to go ahead and put it in here. You don't see this very often, me washing clothes. This is different. So we got a pair of old dirty jeans here. Start. Yeah, it's already starting to get the dirt. You can kind of see it's water. I'm gonna take a look at this water. See how this water's turning brown already. Somebody was wallowing around in the dirt. You do this until you've pretty much got it pretty much halfway clean, then you can throw it in the ringer. That's what we do. You can get it the rest of the way. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. Yeah, we gotta carry us water in buckets. We try to do it a little bit like they did it back in the old days. Christine said she carried it from the creek. Well, I'm carrying it from the water hose outside, so. Okay, we got it all filled up and ready to go, and I've got my washing lady. She's coming to start the washing process. Everybody, this is my daughter here. She's the one behind all the editing and everything for our videos. Her name is Candace. She's gonna do a little washing for us here. How much you put in there? You didn't put much in there.
Not much, because it doesn't take much with these types, because you'll be draining and filling back up and draining because the suds.
So back in the day, they used lye soap and
different
stuff
type
like
of
that.
soap,
Different type
yeah.
of soap. We don't have any lye soap because today we're gonna use all. So you can make sure getting it all down there real good, right?
Yeah.
All right. So she's gonna pull a lever down here and start her agitating. We're gonna let that run about 30 minutes or so. And we're gonna come back, drain it out. Then we're gonna rinse it. Rinse, fill it back up, add water to it, and let it rinse it. Then we'll run them through these ringers here, which will act as the spin cycle on a modern day washer. We'll put them into this bucket and hang them on the line to dry. So we're gonna let this go a little while. Be back with you in just a bit. Okay, it's been about a half an hour, so she's gonna come back in and put them through the ringers and then into the tub, and we're gonna put some rinse water in and rinse it. Off there. Back that away. Yeah, it's kind of slow. It's old. Back it up. Gotta watch for your fingers getting caught in them ringers. There you go. Lock the ringers down. This is what locks it right there. You don't know why that's red? That's for emergency, in case you have to get that and you get your paws up in that and get them hung. She told the other day about getting your hands hung in it, your arms.
I will not be demonstrating that.
And we ain't demonstrating that today. We hope not anyway. it's running pretty good. Like putting it through a spin cycle on your washing machine, probably better. More heavy jeans are tough to get clean or run through there. Probably gonna have to just go one leg at a time. There we go. So that lever over that she's got a hold of right now, that's just to turn the direction on the ringers itself. There you go.
Take a look at how nasty this water is.
Yeah, pretty nasty. We'll get the clothes out of there and then we'll let that drain out and we'll put rinse water back in it. Let it agitate a while and rinse. Then go through this process again. So it took a while to wash clothes back in the day. You just couldn't throw them in the washer and just let them go. Now the automatic washer's different, but that's what Christine was talking about. Convenience is better than being convenient, but these old machines clean your clothes a lot better. All right, we'll get back with you when we get ready to go through the rinse cycle. Is that the last pair? Is that it?
Yep.
So we go ahead and we'll drain the water and we'll fill her back up again and get it started rinsing. We'll be right back with you. All right, we've done a load and now we're letting it drain out to put our rinse water in.
We're going to the outhouse.
All right, come on back here. Let's go fill up some more water. All right. Got me off track there. Yeah, we'll get this emptied out and rinsed out, and we'll fill it back up, and we'll rinse any clothes back through there through the ringers. All right, second round for the rinse water now. Ain't nothing like good old mountain water to wash your clothes in. Rain water's better. Yeah.
Alright, I'm going to rinse these clothes out and let them agitate for a few minutes. And then we're going to put them back through and get all the water out of them and then hang them up on the line.
All sounds simple, don't it? Long process.
Yeah,
Longer than what people you think. That's why my mom used to say, wash day's Monday, gonna take me all day to do it. I believe it. It did. Oh, I wanted to tell y'all something. Back in the day, one time when I was a little fella, Mom was washing clothes, and she had the washer out on the back porch, and she was just going to town. She wasn't out there. We had this old house cat hung right out there on the porch. That daggone thing, Must got under the wash machine and got his tail hung in the belt. There's a belt back down there that drives the motor and transmission. That cat got his tail hung in that belt. You talk about some squalling. That cat squalled. You never seen that cat for 3 or 4 days. It was gone. Never killed it, but it didn't have no hair left on its tail. But you gotta watch. These things will hurt you. Especially these things right here. Them things right there. Them rollers. Get them fingers in them. First thing you know, you got it up to your elbow like Christine was talking about yesterday. Now there's the emergency pop-up. This is the device you lock it down with right there. Like I say, we're gonna let this rinse here for a little while. We'll run them back through the ringers and maybe rinse them one more time. And then we're gonna hang on the line. So we'll get back with you when we do that. Well, it's rinsed its final rinse. She's gonna run them through there and we'll be ready to hang them on the line. It goes through them ringers 2 or 3 times. Ain't much drying for them to do. It's just squeezed all the water out of them.